Kamala Harris is right about everything, it seemed, because Trump doesn't know what the hell he's doing. Come on, dumpers.
If this president is thinking about putting us in a position where we're in a war with Iran, the consequences will be absolutely unacceptable and tragic in terms of the young men and women who are American soldiers.
Kamala Harris was right about everything.
Kamala Harris was right about everything.
He will target and punish those who disagree with him or refuse to bend to his will. He calls these Americans the enemy within, and says that he would use the American military to go after American citizens. Journalists whose stories he doesn't like. Nonpartisan election officials who refuse to cheat by finding a few extra votes for him. Judges who insist on following the law instead of following him. It is for reasons like these that General Mark Milley, the former chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Donald Trump's top general, has called Trump, and I quote, fascist to the core. And it is clear Donald Trump is increasingly unstable and unhinged, and will stop at nothing to claim unchecked power for himself.
The right to do anything I want to do. I'm the president of the United States.
One person who predicted all of this, and people said she was lying, or that she had Trump derangement syndrome, that she did not know what she was talking about. But it has all come to pass that she was exactly right.
Donald Trump intends to use the United States military against American citizens who simply disagree with him. People he calls, quote, the enemy from within. America, this is not a candidate for president who is thinking about how to make your life better. This is someone who is unstable, obsessed with revenge, consumed with grievance, and out for unchecked power.
And she was 100% right, but she's a woman, she's black. There was one person who predicted all of this, and people said she was lying, or that she had Trump derangement syndrome, that she did not know what she was talking about. But it has all come to pass.
Who else agrees that Kamala Harris would have been a better president than Donald Trump? I mean, without a doubt. And that motherfucker even voted by mail. He trying to strip your voting rights away.
On day one, Donald Trump will walk into that office with an enemy's list.
It was almost like Kamala Harris was psychic or something. She was right about everything. Do you guys remember this?
And Trump's advisors have created a 900-page blueprint of their agenda for a second term. They call it Project 2025.
And this?
I have nothing to do with Project 2025.
And this, where Trump said, I know nothing about Project 2025 and have no idea who's behind it? Well, this is a post that he made today saying he has a meeting with Russ Vought of Project 2025. Kamala Harris was right about everything.
We can't have a woman president. They're too emotional. They'll start a war on their time of the month. Okay, you patron saint of vaginal fucking dryness, why don't you explain this?
Let's talk
Your
about
elections in this country, we're like a third world country. Your elections are crooked, and you're crooked, and Meet the Press is crooked, and so is ABC, and CBS, and CNN.
But Mr. President,
You're one-sided crooked networks. Right, let's call it quits, because I've had enough. Thank you, Jeff.
That right there is the garbage, gangrenous glob of fucking dog shit that all of you inbred fucking skid marks said was less emotional than Kamala Harris, losing his goddamn mind at the idea of an interviewer asking for evidence of the bullshit claims of election fraud that he was making. And as soon as that Tropicana fucking troglodyte realized she wasn't just gonna roll over and say, yes sir, Mr. President, you won the 2020 election, he throws a goddamn mantrum, turns the color of a fucking cherry tomato, and ends the interview. Very even-keeled. I'm so glad that this guy is the one that's in charge of the fucking nuclear codes during the war that he started. Every accusation is a goddamn confession, and every last one of you cousin-humping motherfuckers that voted for him because women are too emotional to be president need to get fucked.
Kamala Harris was a prophet. Everything that she predicted Donald Trump would do, he has done in less than 18 months. He has started new wars. He has driven up inflation, not just at home, but global inflation as well. He has driven up energy prices. He is spiraling us into the biggest recession that anyone has ever seen since the Great Depression. So tell me, if you voted for Donald Trump, why exactly was it that you could not put the best interest of yourself, your friends, and neighbors above your misogyny and patriarchy? I'll wait for your answer in the comments.
Now, even for the highest time, we haven't been expecting to see a white man or a white woman or a white American admitting that somehow, in one way or the other, one person who they thought that she was joking, that she was making fun of them and everything, coming out to speak and telling the truth that and they're now coming out and calling each other and admitting that for real, for once, Kamala Harris was always right about Trump. All right? Kamala Harris knew exactly what Trump would do. Kamala knew exactly what Trump would lead the country into. Now they are admitting that I wish they would have even be able to vote for Kamala, because maybe Kamala will do better. I don't know if Kamala will do better if she was in power, but it's true that white people are now admitting that Kamala Harris was always right about Trump. Everything she said came to light, and people have been seeing them. Right? I have clips here. Watch them. I will come back with my commentary.
Y'all are mad because Kamala Harris was right. And it's about fucking time she said that shit with her whole goddamn chest. She sat there and she said that at Jesse Jackson's funeral. I ain't want to say it. I ain't want to be right. But I told y'all. She sat there 2 years ago and told y'all dumbasses, and I'm saying these Latinos, these white folks, and these goddamn Asians that put that man in office. She told y'all stupid asses what was going to happen to this country. This country's going to hell in a motherfucking handbasket. Y'all put a fraud in the goddamn office again. A 47-time felon, a grifter, a graper, an SA. You put that in office, you ain't think this country was going to run straight down to hell? Satan, we here. Open the fucking door. And baby, come Texas, y'all sidestepped another black woman. And I'm getting tired of y'all hoes going on the fucking internet talking about we need to come together and fight fascism. Fuck y'all. Let's see how y'all hoes do without us. Y'all gonna stop betting against black women. We got foresight y'all motherfuckers can't see. All right? That is embedded in us. We ain't moving.
Donald Trump intends to use the United States military against American citizens who simply disagree with him. People he calls, quote, the enemy from within. America, this is not a candidate for president who is thinking about how to make your life better. This is someone who is unstable, obsessed with revenge, consumed with grievance, and out for unchecked power. Donald Trump intends to take America backward to the failed policies of the past. He has no intention to grow our middle class. He's only interested in making life better for himself and people like himself. You can see it spelled out in his economic agenda. An agenda that gives trillions of dollars in tax cuts to billionaires and the biggest corporations, while raising taxes on the middle class by almost $4,000 a year, slashing overtime pay, throwing tens of millions of Americans off of health care, and cutting Social Security and Medicare. In sum, his agenda would weaken the economy and hurt working people and the middle class.
And once again, Kamala Harris was right about everything. The former vice president warned the American people that Donald Trump would send the military after all of us. And we have seen it clear as day. He sent the National Guard to California. Now the National Guard is here in Washington, D.C., along with other federal agencies, walking around with rifles in hand as though they are in the streets of Baghdad. Next up on the list is Chicago. And Donald Trump is going a step further and creating a special task force within the National Guard that will do the work of what your day-to-day police officer should be doing. All under the disguise of controlling riots and reining in crime. Crime that is at an all-time low across the United States. And the interesting thing about all of this, he's only going after blue states, but completely overlooking the fact that many red states deal with crime also. Again, you just couldn't vote for the black woman, right?
For a white American to admit that somebody was right about something, for white people to admit that yes, for real, someone was right about someone else, it takes time for them to accept that somebody came through for them and somebody helped them in one way or the other. Give them the advice of trying to avoid something or someone, and then they never had given them chance to listen to them. They went ahead and voted for Trump because they believed that Trump was their best option, their best leader, their best president. Now, after economy hitting them harder, now they feel like, why didn't we give a chance for somebody else? Why couldn't we see the problem straight into Trump's eyes? Why couldn't we see the lies? Why didn't we see the advice that people used to give us about him? Not like Trump was a bad president, in my own words. Not that Trump was a bad president. Trump will be a good president if only what he promised white Americans wasn't hurting them. But today, the nail is hitting the heads, the right heads. The nail, they were voting for Trump maybe to punish black people. But newsflash, they're now the one facing the reality. They can't believe that they are now the one begging for the government to help them. They are now the one who are losing their homes. They're now the one who are losing their farms. They're the one losing their business, losing their jobs and everything. So economy is crashing entire America. Not only the whites, even the blacks. But only after all this crash and everything, they remember one thing. Kamala Harris warned them. Kamala Harris warned Americans about Trump. Black people warned them about Trump, but they never listened. So when they see black people living their life quietly, happily, without bothering anybody, they are asking, they are like, why? How come that a black person ain't complaining or something? They ain't crying, ain't bringing this issue to the table. And they think this, but for sure, we try to warn them. We're trying to warn you. Kamala tried to warn you. Now, after everything went sideways, now you are getting back to your senses. Sometimes something has to happen. Something has to hurt someone for someone to wake up. And today, the white people that used to believe that they know everything, they know all, now the nail is hitting them in the head and they can't bear it anymore. They can't bear it any longer. They're tired of this. They want somebody to come for rescue, somebody who will come and at least see their value. Give them maybe their affordable life. Make economy affordable for every citizen in America. Tell in the comments, do you feel like Kamala Harris or the blacks were ever right about Trump? I'm out, and peace be with you.